again and use at the same time. Sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Probing Paul. This is
checking now. Goodbye. Checking now. Check, check, check. All done, all done.
This for a minute.
Perhaps a barter is warranted.
At the first tree.
Checking now. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Done. Tag.
Let's see what we've got for each other.
Checking right now.
Hello, Guardian. Welcome. Hello, Guardian. Welcome. Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never quite be as safe.
Checking now. check right away.
symbology.
Good at the job.
You ever think Zavala's been doing this for too long? Is he 100 years old?
traveler for data compression. Now, get it back.
Why isn't the Vanguard sending us into combat? We're ready.
Those algorithmic decryption keys were supposed to be heat resistant.
This is humanity. We get the job done.
Even undated computer languages
This is taking forever.
data file by the symbology it uses.
Get it together. The city's depending on us.
archives give and the cryptarchs make it into something useful. undated computer languages are rich in temporal information. Each day is vile by the symbology it uses.
We need to clear that backlog.
Fire is the arch's one true enemy. So has it always been. Cryptoarchaeology is like agriculture. We work slow, hoping our efforts bear fruit.
guard doesn't ask nicely. We gotta get this done. We need to clear that backlog. together. The city's depending on us.
I'm going to need a schematic and read the schematic. unusual symbology.
This is so.
System diagnostic complete. This unit functioning at 98.3% optimum performance.
What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we'll be checking out my first Hunter build since the release of Final Shape. If you've kept up with the channel, we've focused pretty heavily on Warlock and Titan builds so far. But now we dip our toes into the Hunter class, where we have a powerful new build that will go great with that new exotic auto rifle, the Choir of One. So if you just got the Choir of One, but you're in need of a cohesive build that's going to synergize with this amazing new exotic auto rifle, or maybe you're in need of a strong build to go with a number of other powerful void exotics, like the Graviton Lance or Luminarch, well, you've come to the right place, because this build is absolutely perfect. Today's build features the Foe Tracer exotic helmet, getting used with the Night Stalker Void subclass. I find this to be a much more cohesive build to use with a Choir of One, and a build that offers much more range in terms of survivability. But even with that being the case, we will be covering a prismatic version of this build, one that can be used with the new exotic class item that features the Spirit of the Foe Tracer, or with the actual exotic itself. Even though we'll be getting the added benefits of
light endures.
Hi there.
Ah, shall we begin then?
When was the last time you can remember we were at peace? I don't believe this. Yes.
Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never quite be as safe as we think.
Okay. I can fix this.
Guardian, what puzzles do you bear?
Got it.
If we end, the data ends with us. That fate is too terrible to comprehend. This war is a complicated algorithm, to be certain.
If we're gonna stay here, we should be building more ships. That's all I'm saying. Not gonna be a problem.
The best cryptographers are never known by name, only by quality of their work. Guardian, what puzzles do you bear? New worlds mean new secrets. Guardian, what puzzles do you bear?
Just gonna take a minute here.
Cassoid has to go through us if they want security.
I must admit, Guardian, very curious to see what you've got for me to crack open.
This is Zavala's top priority right now.
This is all a plan to make us lower our guard.
Oh, he's got a temper. I've seen it when he thinks he's in private.
Why isn't the Vanguard sending us into combat? We're ready.
Gotta be a better way.
Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never quite be as safe as we think.
Can we really defend the city after all this?
New worlds mean new secrets. Speak to me not of the darkness.
If we're
I
gonna
want
stay
no
here, we should be
part.
building more ships. That's all I'm saying. I don't have training for that.
This war is a complicated algorithm, to be certain.
Gross.
This is Zavala's top priority right now.
If we end, the data ends with us. That fate is too terrible to comprehend.
I need a rest.
Remain vigilant, Guardian. We may never quite be as safe as we think.
Let's see. We need a centralized city government, now more than ever.
If we end, the data ends with us. That fate is too terrible to comprehend. This war is a complicated algorithm, to be certain.
If we're gonna stay here, we should be building more ships. That's all I'm saying.
Circumstances change, but the data remains. Always.
Until next time.
When the traveler acts, the world changes. For some, it's better, for others, worse. What would its reformation bring?
This is the place Zavala described. Fire team, we're here. It's quiet. Feels like a tomb. Stagnant. And there, at the center, the place where the witness was made.
Give yourself to darkness, Guardian. But stay vigilant. Stay alive.
Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in. Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in. Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in.
We've got enemies incoming too. We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in.
We've got enemies incoming too. We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora? Hello? Come in.
We've got enemies incoming too. We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
Guardian, use the light to protect yourself. Subjugator down. A sword. Grab it, Guardian. The Traveler's not free yet, but it's still trying to help us. We've got our opening into the darkness.
We're still fighting our way through. Don't wait for us.
Here we go.
In darkness, we saw ourselves. Simultaneously victims and perpetrators. Condemned to fade in light, as all things do. And so we reshaped ourselves to become this purpose the universe lacked. We lost ourselves now. Destroy us.
Something's happening to the air here, Guardian. Be careful. Another subjugator.
We're just outside the ritual site, but keep at it. We'll hold the line and keep everything we can from spilling in.
Vanguard, we figured it out. What was made in darkness can be unmade in darkness. In darkness, the statues are still part of the witness. Destroying them will destroy the witness.
Ghost, you two need to get back in there.
Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora? Hello? Come in.
We've got enemies incoming too. We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
Guardian, use the light to protect yourself. Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in. Ikora, Crow, we're under attack. Ikora, hello? Come in.
We've got enemies incoming too. We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
The shield can protect us. Subjugator down. Sword. Grab it, Guardian. The Traveler's not free yet, but it's still trying to help us. We've got our opening into the darkness.
We're still fighting our way through. Don't wait for us.
Here we go.
Destroy us.
Something's happening to the air here, Guardian. Be careful. Another subjugator.
We're just outside the ritual site, but keep at it. We'll hold the line and keep everything we can from spilling in.
Vanguard, we figured it out. What was made in darkness can be unmade in darkness. In darkness, the statues are still part of the witness. Destroying them will destroy the witness.
Ghost, you two need to get back in there.
Guardian, that sword.
remain. But in light, we are freed. The light will tear us. The light will rend mind from mind, split what has become the vile one into the repentant many. Destroy us.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
Guardian, you must return to the dark.
Your gardener cannot help you while in prison.
Free it. It will take all you have and more to unmake that which has been made in the darkness. Destroy us.
Guardian. We're hurt.
Get out of there, now!
The witness is regrouping, but we'll keep it off you.
Cora.
Be brave.
Keep going. Keep going, Guardian.
I've got a lock on your position.
Mara.
Hold on, I'm bringing you up.
all is not yet lost. The Witness may have won this battle, but it is wounded. And while you've been occupied here, within the Traveler's heart, I've brought our allies to help you land the final blow. The full might of Keitel's empire stands behind us in this endeavor. Mizrax Kel rallies his House of Light to save their great machine. And I have found a guardian of great renown, Micah 10, who comes to us with bold ideas. If you intend to subdue the Witness, we must first fight its corruption and weaken its hold on the Traveler. You will grow in strength, in power, and when the reckoning is at last upon us, you will storm the Witness's monolith and strike where it is most vulnerable. You will shatter its hold on the Traveler, and you will end it.
We know how to defeat the Witness. I didn't think I'd ever be able to say those words. We can use your affinity with darkness to navigate it and seek out the Witness where it's most vulnerable. And we'll channel the Traveler's light to destroy it from within. But first, we have to loosen the Witness's hold on the Traveler. We aren't strong enough without its full power behind us. Our allies are here now. They'll help us ready ourselves to strike against the Witness and sever its connection to the Traveler. This is it, Guardian. I know I'm in rough shape, but I'm not afraid. This is what I was made for. Whatever it takes.
Guardian, be alert. I sense loosened hives swarming to your location. Too many to just be from Luzaku's brood.
Are they coming to help?
That is unlikely.
Then let's see if we can find out what they're up to. I think Mara's right. The loosened hive are setting up to attack the tower. We need to get down there.
Heads up. I've spotted some loosened hive crossing the mountain. It looks like they're on the move, same direction we are.
Mara spotted them too. Headed to the tower. You and Cade be careful out there.
See if you can intercept them, Guardian. The last thing we need is Hive light bearers catching us in a pincer. Figures. Savathun waited until we were down to kick us.
Isn't that the prevailing style, my sweet flappable friend? At least it's my style.
What the hell do you think you're doing? The entire universe is at stake. Why are your people attacking us?
Why indeed? Maybe you should ponder that little riddle a bit more. Let it roll around in your pretty little skulls. There's more than existence at stake within the Traveler. I'm sure you've so many guesses as to what my motives could be. Look at you, Guardian, brimming with light and dark, like an overflowing teacup. Not so long ago, some would have called that heretical.
That's enough. We're trying to heal the Traveler. If we lose, so do you.
If my little army is enough to stop you from winning your fight, do you really think you have a chance against something like the Black Fleet?
You think you're helping us?
Oh, I've always been helping us. But I'll admit, this little contingency is a tad more selfish than I've let on. Don't worry. We're almost done here.
We don't have time for your games.
Oh, that's all this is, Crow. A game of moving pieces and pretty shapes. But I'm looking beyond this one. Setting the pieces for the next with great anticipation. Welcome to the end, Guardian. Show me how you're going to stop it. Not bad, but not good enough. Not yet, anyway. I'll be watching.
Lucent Hive are falling back from the tower, regrouping. Savathun's brood are going to dig into the Traveler like ticks. We can't fight two wars at once, not in our state.
Leave the Witch Queen to me. I have a suspicion about what game she's at, and we can't let it distract us.
But... you're sure you've got this?
The Guardian and I can dispense with Savathun's brood. Right now, the Vanguard needs you.
If anything changes, you know I'm here.
I know.
So you think this would be the end of your Grandmaster run. The Tormentor has about 20% health left, you're the last Guardian standing, your palms are getting a little bit sweaty, your heart starts to beat a little bit faster, every enemy is looking right at you, taking fire raining down on you. This is where builds matter, and today we have an unkillable hunter that can survive even in the most difficult content. It's all about stacking the best damage reduction in the game, then adding the best healing in the game as well, to turn your prismatic hunter into an absolute beast for you. Also, the build shines even more in easier content, which is crazy because all the gameplay you're watching is from the new Grandmaster this week. So if you test it for yourself, I promise you that you won't be disappointed. Now there are two possible ways to run this build. The first is a little bit slower and a little bit safer for those of you that don't like to play as aggressive. And for this one, we'll take Stylish Executioner as an aspect. Basically everything we do will make us invisible. But the second, which is personally my favorite, allows you to be even more aggressive and apply Jolt to the battlefield. It's a satisfying combo of grapple melee into Ascension and raining Hellfire from above. There are only a few changes you make based on your choice, but I think you'll have more fun with the Ascension one, which is why I'm showing it in the gameplay, and we are still playing a game at the end of the day, and fun matters to me at least. So first off is your super of choice. You can choose between Tether or Silence and Squall. I would take Squall if you're playing the Ascension version because it will provide another layer of damage reduction for you, but Tether is very viable here as well and plays good with Stylish Executioner. Our melee and grenades stay the same. We take Threaded Spike as it's one of the harder hitting melees on the Hunter and can hit multiple enemies, and it will apply the Sever debuff to enemies and bosses you hit. This cuts their outgoing damage by 40% and will help you tank those boss shots that could easily one-shot you. We take Grapple for our grenade. This will apply the Unravel debuff to entire rooms, and if you're running Stylish Executioner, this allows every kill to make you go invisible. It's also passive damage with Unravel, and both our grenade and melee are dark abilities, so they will help charge that.
It was only a matter of time before Savathun showed herself. She is not capable of letting this moment pass without placing a claw on the scales. For now, she has exactly what she wants. Uncertainty. We will take that from her. Track down her brood and pull back the veil from her plans.
Mara Saab, so eager to spar with gods at the drop of a hat. Aren't you tired of losing to me?
I seem to recall your logic rebuked. Your ghost being imprisoned by the Vanguard. That tastes of anything but loss.
The sword logic was always tarnished, but your bomb logic also went down in flames. Quite spectacularly, if I do say so myself. 2 queens. Failed by ideology. We adapt or die, and it's a new age. Isn't that right, Your Majesty. Do you see it yet? The end of our little game, buried between memory and material.
Between dark and light. What trinket from the past holds your attention so?
Not a trinket, a perspective. The knowledge of angles, of edges, and the points at which they end. A convincing argument from Sister Superior, you could say.
Guardian, those taken. I need you to focus your efforts on destroying them and releasing their energy. As much of it as you can.
What did you do?
Placed a finger on the scales. The darkness inside of you is surging, like standing on the threshold of being taken. You see how they see. Savathun's plan was never about hiding anything, but revelation. Look for what is out of place, and bend it back. I cannot hold it any longer.
I feel the Traveler's pain too, you know. Without me, the Witness would have swept Saul away a long time ago.
How noble of you. I am sure your intentions were pure, with no ulterior motive.
Play an unwinnable game, meant to extend on forever. And I've shown you how to change the rules time and time again, without even a thank you.
There will be a day when you've run out your usefulness, witch. When you will have no greater scheme to protect you from our wrath. We must know what is happening here. Guardians, destroy the Taken. I require their power. Reveal what lies here. I will hold as long as I am able.
Wait. I feel light. But it's out of phase. A light fissure. But it exists in an entirely different state of matter than we can normally perceive.
But the Taken can.
Ah, you figured it out. Just in time. Here they come now.
This one comes to your aid, Guardian. You need not fight alone.
Darkness meter for our transcendence form. Now for the aspects. The one we never swap out because it's our bread and butter of the build is Gunpowder Gimbal. This is on a 6-second
world, ones brimming with potential. Now that I know how to find them, I should be able to help the Traveler.
Then we're both getting what we want. How nice when light bearers find mutually beneficial outcomes. You're welcome. And thank you for not interfering as much as you could have.
Words spoken on borrowed time. You only
Cooldown,
live
and it
because a
allows
threat
you to
more
easily
pressing
throw one every 10
overshadows you.
seconds, and that's really important.
Oh, there's
Any
no
ability
need to
kills
flatter me.
will give charges
You
to the
can save your
gunpowder,
love for
and it will
later
charge
when
it
all of
very
this
fast
comes
since they
back
give extra
around.
stacks. But any solar
If you're
weapon
so
kill
interested
will
in
also
helping,
give one
call
stack
up
to our
Lucent
gunpowder
Brood.
gamble charge.
Help
So
us fight
remember,
the
we want
Traveler's
to be
enemies.
throwing this stick of dynamite as often as
Guardians,
possible, then working in the
always
grapple and the
wanting
thread.
more.
With the introduction of Prismatic, I was able to take
Don't
one of
look
the
a tithing
most
thrall in the
powerful
maw,
and
little ghost.
easily the most popular build on my channel and make it 10 times better. It has all of the same staples as before, with 20-second supers, infinite one-hit kills, and unlimited invisibility, but now brings a few additional weapons to the arsenal, like even stronger super abilities, better AoE ad clear, and over double the melee damage. And today, I'm showing you exactly how to put it all together and play it to perfection. With this build equipped, you'll have your friends, clannies, and all of LFG begging to have you on their squad for the next raid night. So sit back, relax, hit that subscribe button if you are part of the 2/3 of build lovers not yet subbed, and let's get to it. By far the most important part of this build is our melee ability selection, Combination Blow. Upon landing a final blow with this melee ability, it is consumed in exchange for one stack of a buff also named Combination Blow, lasting up to 20 seconds and stacking up to 3 times. This buff grants bonus melee damage for each stack, granting a 60% damage increase at 1 stack, 156% at 2, and a ridiculous 309% at 3, making it the highest damage melee ability in the entire game. Additionally, Combination Blow immediately grants a chunk of health and starts health
Guardian,
regeneration when
we
getting
received
a
a
kill,
report
which
from
allows
Crow
us to
that House
invest into
Salvation are
additional
converging on
damage
the Cradle.
and damage resistance over further
Salvation
healing for
is
the rest of the
fractured.
build.
The
Now,
devoted here cannot be swayed from the Witness's command.
Mithrax, I can hear the Traveler calling out in pain. Whatever House Salvation is doing, it ends now.
A mobile data center lies above. It appears to be shielded with a power source near your location. Dismantle their defenses, and I will splice into House Salvation's communications. Together, we will reveal House Salvation's intentions. here?
The tree.
According to their data, the tree regulates paracausal energy flowing through it, both light and dark.
It appears they're mapping that flow through the Traveler, looking for vulnerable points.
I've got a copy of the data. Let's move. Mithrax, if I'm reading this data correctly, it looks like we need to get below the tree, to its root system.
House Salvation has erected barriers preventing entry, but their power sources are remote. This technology, it is a hybrid of Elixni and Pyramid design. It carries no spirit, like Scorncraft. It can be disabled, but the interface is unfamiliar to me. The splice will require time. These machines operate by harvesting paracausal energy. Some utilize light, others darkness.
We've seen tech like this before. It's only ever designed to handle one polarity of paracausal energy. Harvest their energy and force it into the machines.
chance. shadow of my shameful life, stretching out from the past to chase me.
Don't let it rattle you. We've restored the tree's energy flow and kept it out of the enemy's hands. But we can't leave an enemy operative unaccounted for.
Agreed. I propose my House Salvation contacts work alongside your agents. We will hunt this foe together. Elixni, like that captain, have forgotten themselves. After millennia adrift, abandoned, they step within the great machine and choose to despoil this sacred place in service to the one who caused the whirlwind. They must be brought to justice.
At 1 stack, 156% at 2, and a ridiculous 309% at 3, making it the highest damage melee ability in the entire game. Additionally, Combination Blow immediately grants a chunk of health and starts health regeneration when getting a kill, which allows us to invest into additional damage and damage resistance over further healing for the rest of the build. Now, for most builds, the strength of a powerful melee ability is capped to a certain degree by its intrinsic cooldown. However, Combination Blow is able to circumvent this handicap due to the fact that when you land a final blow with the Combination Blow melee ability, your class ability is fully refunded. And considering that our class ability choice of Gambler's Dodge fully refunds our melee ability when used near enemies, with these two simple abilities, we are able to activate the iconic Arc Hunter gameplay loop. Kill something with Combination Blow, dodge to get your melee back, kill something else to get your dodge refunded, and then continue dodging while getting a ton of health back from every kill. This combination of infinite melees with infinite class abilities is also made significantly stronger with our first aspect, Winter's Shroud. With Winter's Shroud equipped, on class ability activation, you emit a slowing blast to all nearby enemies, applying 60 slow stacks and granting the user a brief period of bonus class ability regeneration and damage resistance. This means that after only 2 dodges, any enemies that are nearby during our infinite dodge melee loop become frozen at 100 stacks of slow, granting us 3 benefits perfectly suited for this build. The first is obviously that any non-boss enemies become completely powerless and unable to fight back, which doesn't even matter that much because the second benefit is that our melee will deal 120% bonus melee damage, something that also stacks with our Combination Blow buff, making them extremely easy to kill to trigger the third benefit, that AoE Explosive Shatter that will kill all nearby enemies as a result. What's more is that with some of the fragments coming later in the build, we can not only achieve an AoE equivalent to Jolt from the old version of this build, but also build up to deal more than double the AoE damage. But before we get there, we first want to discuss the aspect of this build that makes us borderline invincible, Stylish Executioner. The prismatic version of Stylish Executioner grants 8 seconds of invisibility when landing a final blow on any enemy afflicted with an elemental debuff. This includes everything from Solar Scorch and Ignitions to Void Weaken, Suppression and Volatile, Arc Jolt and Blind, Strand Sever, Unravel or Suspend, and of course, the ones we are concerned about, thanks to our Winter's Shroud aspect, Stasis Freeze, Shatter, and Slow. And while there is a minuscule cooldown on this aspect that only lets you activate it every 2 seconds, that hardly matters if everything is dead before that internal cooldown is done, as you probably don't need to go invisible again anyway. Stylish Executioner also has 2 more synergies with this setup that really take its single target damage to the next level, as any melee attack while invisible from Stylish Executioner will be dealing 150% additional melee damage and weakens your target, causing it to receive 15% additional damage. This makes the Stylish Executioner aspect absolutely perfect for this build, with this invis melee bonus damage making it easier to stack the combination blow buff 3 times, especially in higher level content, and the weaken effect guaranteeing that any ultra tanky enemy surviving the first hit will be hitting the ground with the second one, especially when you consider our exotic armor choice, which I'll get to in a minute. But before we get there, I want to first talk about the 2 grenade options we have for this build, where I am urging you towards either the grapple grenade or the Duskfield grenade. You might think that the grapple grenade is a no-brainer for this build, considering the grapple melee that you can activate after using the grenade, but unfortunately, this grapple melee is not buffed by combination blow. Nonetheless, it is still a superb movement tool that can also unravel enemies, generating tangles when defeating them and providing another way to debuff enemies to proc Stylish Executioner. In situations where you want to control choke points and have better crowd control, however, the Duskfield grenade can be absolutely fantastic for cascading the battlefield with a bunch of slowing and freezing domes. I personally prefer the grapple grenade for more offensive and aggressive play, but it is ultimately up to you based on your playstyle. Looking at the exotic armor selection for this build, Assassin's Cowl, the former exotic for this style of build, is actually obsolete on this updated edition of Combination Blow Hunter, due to the fact that we get the healing portion of Assassin's Cowl from Combination Blow and the invisibility portion from Stylish Executioner. As a result, our top exotic armor choice before the exotic class item availabilities is going to be the Liar's Handshake exotic gloves, which grants us 200% bonus melee damage and a chunk of healing on every other melee hit. Now, before we get to the super ability for this build, let's first talk about the pseudo super wielded by the entire prismatic subclass, Transcendence, a form you can enter on command once you've filled both of your light and darkness damage meters, which grants you a period of increased weapon damage, ability regeneration, damage resistance, and transforms your grenade into the Hellfire Spike, a spike grenade that alternates between solar and stasis damage, resulting in a ton of scorch, ignitions, slows, and shatters. With that said, the final ability to select for this build is of course our actual super, which just so happens to be very dependent on the first fragment of this build, the Facet of Purpose. This is because when picking up an Orb of Power, Facet of Purpose grants the user Amplified, Restoration, Woven Mail, Void Overshield, or Frost Armor based on the damage type of their equipped super. As a result, we need to select our super based not just on the super itself, but also based on the defensive buff provided through this fragment. Therefore, the best super for this build, in my opinion, is Silence and Squall, due to its recent buffs doubling its damage to be on par with Blade Barrage, one of the best DPS supers in the game, and due to the fact that we will receive Frost Armor whenever we pick up an Orb of Power. Remember that Frost Armor is the newest stasis buff that grants 4.5% damage resistance per stack, maxing out at 5 stacks where it will grant